welcome to video number 2 in the importance of carbs for fat loss video series. Last video I talked about what carbs were, why carbs were important, the difference between good carbs and bad carbs, and I touched on the glycemic index. If you missed it, click this button here. In this video, I'm going to talk about the best times to eat carbs, give you a little list on some of the good carbs you should be eating, and I'll give you one carb that you can eat all the time to maximize your fat loss. Alright, so let's get started.
Just look into this crystal ball like, He's got the whole world in his hands, got the whole world in his hands, He's got the whole world in his hands, whole world in his hands again.
Okay, so when are the right times to eat carbs to maximize your fat loss, increase your metabolism, and also give you energy? And I've got a few times throughout the day that you want to have carbs. So the first time is in the morning when you first wake up, because your body's low in energy, low glycogen, you've slept all night, and it's the best time for your body to actually take in all those carbs and convert it into muscle glycogen to use as energy later on. So right in the morning, blood sugar's low, you can have carbs, again the good carbs, but you want to have those carbs at the beginning of the day. Plus, it gets your energy going too, because again, what's going to happen is you're going to eat the carbs, they're going to be stored as muscle glycogen, and they're going to be used as energy throughout the day, especially when you eat the right carbs. The second time you want to eat carbs is after your workout. So if you want to maximize your fat loss and keep the metabolism going after a high intensity workout, so after a Spartacus workout, a metabolic workout, after you've done MMA training, high intensity, a Muay Thai class, something that's very high intensity. I'm not talking to you people who do traditional bodybuilding, traditional lifting, or people who are on the cardio for like 60 minutes. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking high intensity trainers and high intensity training. So you want to have carbs after you're done, because the body has actually depleted itself of glycogen through that high intensity training. And in order to keep the body's metabolism going, in order to keep your body burning fat instead of dipping into your muscle, you want to replenish it with glycogen. And that's where the EPOC comes in, which we'll talk about, which I've talked about before. And that talks about you being able to continue the metabolism and burn fat 36 hours after. But that's only if you're doing Spartacus type training, metabolic training, high intensity training. You're doing MMA classes, high intensity classes, strength and conditioning classes, Muay Thai, that wrestling, that kind of stuff. Not after cardio or slow cardio or after traditional weight training. Alright? Now the other time you want to eat carbs would be before your training, but not right before. You want to give about an hour, just over an hour window to eat a slow digesting carb, and we'll get to that later. So slow digesting carb that will be able to give you energy throughout your workout. Once again, we're going to be working out at a high intensity. If you want to be optimal, if you want to have optimal training, you want to work out at a high intensity, you're going to need the slow digesting carb, which you're going to eat about an hour before. So it gets in the body, you're getting your carbs in, and you've got energy to get through a 40-minute workout, Spartacus workout. So we've talked about the right time to eat carbs, but there's one carb that's an exception that you can eat all the time. In fact, I suggest that you eat this carb all the time, with every meal and with every snack if possible, and that are vegetables. And I'm going to provide a list of vegetables that are what I call my metabolic vegetables, the ones that really give you that metabolic effect of fat burn. And what I mean by metabolic effect is these these vegetables are very low in calories, but cause the body to expend a lot of energy to metabolize them. So you're actually burning a lot more calories than the calories you're taking in from the vegetable, which is amazing for fat loss. That's exactly what you want. And some of these vegetables are pretty filling too. So this one carb vegetable you should be eating with every single meal, every single snack, if you want to maximize your fat loss. Okay, so let's talk about different types of carbs. So I went through a quick list, but let me just break it down a little bit more for you in regards to what's involved in each type of carb. So the first are whole grains. And whole grains are great because they're high in fiber, they're very low in fat, and it's a fantastic, probably the best complex carb you can eat. So things like grains, oats, whole grain products, bread, those are the best type of things you need. There's going to be a list right here to mine. Right here you'll see a list of some of the whole grains that you should be eating. But again, amazing for fat loss, fiber, and very rich in the complex carbs. Okay, so vegetables again are amazing, complex carb, amazing, good carb that you should be eating. As I mentioned before, I'm going to have a list of the veggies that are metabolic. They have that metabolic effect. And it's a great tool to use for fat loss because once again, vegetables are low in calories, especially the ones that I've listed are low in calories and cause your body to expend more energy, which is calories, more calories, to burn them. So they get that great metabolic effect. It's like a negative effect. So the more vegetables that you eat throughout the day, the higher metabolism is going to be, and the lower calories, the more full you're going to be. So veggies are great, and here's a list of some of the veggies that you should be eating. I hope you found the information in video number 2 helpful. Please don't forget, leave your comments below, click the like button, and stay tuned for video number 3, where I'll continue the list of good carbs you should be eating, give you 3 reasons why you should stay away from carbs, and also touch on portion size, alright? So, stay tuned.